welcome to Open Up's Practice a Day. I'm April Jackson. Today we have an awakening theme with a joyful flow in store. Join me on your mat or in your chair, wherever you choose to practice. It's great. We're going to play around with some blocks, so if you have a block, go ahead and grab it. If you have a book or a box, something that's similar in size, you can use that as well. Please join me on the mat. Wherever you are, I invite you to get a sense of just feeling grounded. My feet are on the floor, and that's a space where I invite everyone to be, no matter if you're in a chair or on the mat, on the floor. We're going to take some deep breaths together, so I invite you to bring your hands on your torso somewhere. Maybe it is your abdomen, maybe it's around your rib cage or the upper chest. And we lower the eyes and soften them and just breathe in deep. So much so you feel an expanse in the abdomen, in the rib cage, and in the upper chest. I invite you to bring in some joy with each breath. Maybe even thinking of the word joy. Inhaling in as you say it, speak it, or think it. And exhaling, releasing. So a few more breaths are welcomed into the practice. And then I invite you to grab your block. Put the block first, just on our shins. And we're gonna move just our legs a bit. My upper back is moving just a little bit. I raised it off the mat. And through the hips, I'm pressing the block into my shins. And just moving forward and back. I'm gonna take the block now and stretch it over my head, waking up those shoulders and the energy that I'm placing on my hands into the block. That really is gonna help get those arms strong. Help those arms feel a little more awake. And then moving that block down, I really tighten up through my center, pull in. Then I'm gonna bring the block between my legs, which I invite you to do as well if you like. You're sitting, you can hold that block in tight. Here's the fun. We're gonna rock and roll a little bit, massaging the back. So again, I'm tucking my chin towards my chest. I'm raising the shoulders a bit. I invite you to do the same. Let's just massage that back a bit. And keeping energy in the legs into the block. Again, helping to awaken the legs. Now, I'm going to bring my legs up a little bit. My goal is to keep the block in my legs, and if you can do the same, let's do that. Pulling in, and then rocking up so the feet come down. And then let's pull the belly and come into our bottom and roll back. So we're rocking and rolling, keeping energy into the block. So again, we can keep the legs nice and strong, and this is a great feeling on the back. Awakening that spinal cord. Moving forward and back a few more times. It's fun to rock and roll. Let's do 2 more times. One last time. Oh, coming with the feet to the floor. I invite you to keep the block in your legs. And let's sit up tall, opening the heart. Lifting the chin, getting the throat stimulated. And now we'll tuck the chin towards the chest, lengthening the back of the neck. Pull the belly button in. You just do that by drawing in. And then let yourself contract back. And as we go into the counter move, I want you to inhale in and straighten, lengthen up. Then exhale as you look to the sky. Inhale in, contract, hold that inhalation, and then exhale. Now we could do one breath, inhaling in as we come all the way up. Hold the inhale. And then exhale out. So now we've made one breath, one movement. Inhaling in and exhaling out. You can do what I did before, breathing each time. But if you can find one breath with each movement, one inhale and one exhale, that would be great. All right, so I've been holding this block between my legs for a long time. I think you have too. So we're gonna do a little balance on our bums and sit up nice and tall, holding the block for just a few more breaths, a little boat pose. Find your boat wherever it is. And then we will take the block, release it, and come into tabletop position on your hands and knees. Opening the hands, moving, rocking and rolling side to side, moving in all these different planes. So we woke the back up with our rolling and rocking. Now we find a lateral movement, shoulder to hip, hip to shoulder, peer over your shoulder so you can see your hip. And then let's kind of articulate through the spine and cat-cows. Inhaling, looking up, lifting the tailbone, opening the heart, and then exhaling, chin to chest. So that's ideal. One inhale in as you go to cow, one exhale out as you come to cat. If you're really a novice with the breathing, maybe are taking more breaths, like you inhale, exhale here, and then inhale, exhale here, and that's okay. And then as you begin to feel comfortable with the movement, the breath can flow a little easier. One more flow, waking up that spine, which should feel so awake now between our rolls and our cat-cows. I'm gonna sit back and stretch, stretch, stretch in child's pose, lengthening the arms in the back. And then back to our nice strong tabletop position. Let's curl the toes under, downward dog. You can do downward dog on the wall with your hands on the wall and your feet on the floor with a nice long back. If you're in your chair, you can reach up to the sky. You can use a chair too if you want to stand up and turn over, put your hands on the chair and walk those legs back so those hips can press away. Shaking the head yes and no. You're gonna lift up nice and high and bend your knees and tiptoe in, walk in, find yourself between your hands. And we're gonna have our feet about as wide as our hands. And just move forward and backward if you can. You can bend the knees, that'll give your legs and your back a little grace. Really tuck the chin. And then I'm gonna interlock the arms in front of my feet, straightened. Ankles are right, centered underneath our knees. Toes are forward, straight out from the ankles. And just maybe a little bounce invited to the practice and a little rock and roll. Ragdoll pose is what this is. Inhaling and exhaling, let the arms flow to the floor, shake the head, shake the arms. And then tuck that belly button in, just like we did when we were seated, and slowly roll up. Just flowing through that spine, which I hope, again, is so awake now because we made that transition from the ground to the floor. And let's inhale, reach up. Walk my feet a little bit together. Let's bend the knees and come down. Forward fold. Inhale, come up, this time with lengthen the arms in the back. And exhale, come down. One more flow like that, inhaling all the way up. And exhaling all the way down. Just feeling loose and free, feet apart, ragdoll pose again, interlocking those arms. And sway side to side. Really letting go any rigidity, any tightness in the back. Shake the head, yes and no, shake the arms, bring those feet together. And again, we'll flow up a reverse dive up so arms are straight. And we come up and stretch and reach. Right arm and left arm, reach, reach, reach. And come down. Oh, I feel awake. I hope you do too. Let's bring our feet wider than our hips and turn our heels in, toes out. We're gonna make some flowers together. So, toes are turned out, and go just as natural as you can. You don't have to force the feet out, just let them come out naturally. And if you're feeling kind of sluggish, I wanna invite you to find a rise to the top of your head, the crown of your head. You're gonna inhale and bring those arms up, reaching high. When those arms come down, I invite you to kind of bend those elbows and take those knees and bend them and find where the elbows will come into the body and then come up. Good, we're making sunflowers. Inhale in and exhale out. A lot of energy in the arms. Inhale in and exhale out. Nothing like a movement to waken you up. Each week we go through an awakening flow with you. So I hope you're able to join us every week for this theme of awakening. All right, you bring those elbows down, pulling them up. And you can keep doing this, but I'd like to invite you to do something else. We're gonna make bigger flowers, moonflowers. So that means we bend our knees, we come down and sweep the floor a bit, a nice long back, and come all the way up. Coming down, sweep the floor, and come up. This feels so good. I hope it is feeling good for you as well. I hope that it is helping you open up the shoulders, the hips, the back. And the breathing is helping you. Breathing is so good for our blood pressure and our nervous system, for our digestive system. It gives a little mind gap so we can stop thinking about everything. A few more. All right, let's do one more. Oh, so much wonderful movement, waking those legs up. Good. Just bring those arms down, heel toe the feet, or you can hop it in. Stand tall in mountain pose and feel tall, feel strong. Feel awake. Let's find our blocks. I mentioned we were going to use our blocks a few times, and I want to invite you to have the blocks in again. Now we're standing in mountain pose, so feet are to the floor. They're pretty much underneath your hips or close together. Yogi's choice again. And we are so mindful of our backs coming out. So that's the C shape in the lower back. So the tailbone tucks down. Mind you, I'm not talking about our bums. We all have different shaped bums, so how far your bum goes out or how close it is in, that's personal and it's our own physical makeup. However, the C shape in the back, we can take that and work that by pulling our bellies in and our tailbones down so our body's natural shape can sit in its natural state. All right, so now we have our block. Same thing we did on the floor. We were holding that block in our hands and we inhaled up. And then I'm going to invite you to come to chair, just pulling the block forward, bending the knees over the toes. Inhale up and exhale down. One more flow, inhaling and exhaling. Let's hold on to chair. And the block, you're really pressing in with the palms of your hands. Still finding length by tucking the tailbone down. If you are sitting literally in a chair, great. Using the energy in your arms to hold the block out will really help you with concentration and strength. We're gonna stand nice and tall. Take the right foot and bring it to the very tippy top of the toe. And let's step that leg back. So now we're in a bit of a warrior one, so that back heel is gonna turn in a bit, and the front toe is forward, front heel intersects that back foot, and I'm rotating my hips around, so I'm in warrior one. Inhale, straighten, and exhale, fold the knee over the ankle. Oh, I'm feeling that in my arms, nice awakening. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more times. One last time. Let's meet back in chair pose. Lifting the back heel, stepping in, reaching that block up, and then I'll take it in one arm and fold all the way down, bringing that block to the floor. Let's go back into taking the feet apart, interlocking the arms, finding ourselves in ragdoll. Shaking it out. And whenever you feel ready, relax those arms. We're gonna go and work to the opposite side. One more bit of flowing before we are fully awake. Grabbing the block into both hands. I invite you to bend the knees here and then reach the block out. And the arms are parallel. The block comes out from the chest forward. It's really good work for you and for myself. Remember that C shape in the back? Maybe you pull the belly in to help make it look longer. The spine has natural curvature, but the illusion is that the back is straight. And when the back is straight, your natural curvature is allowed to settle. So just 3 breaths right here. Inhaling in, and let the full exhale take you down. Remember, you can see your toes. The knees don't go past your toes. Inhale in, exhale out. Last one. All right, so now my left foot is gonna come up. First, we stand tall. Left foot comes to the toe, hips are even. I'm gonna step back. We're gonna go into warrior one. So that left heel comes in, right foot is forward. Let's do about 4 inhales and exhales with a little movement to it. Inhaling as fully as you can. A few more breaths. One last breath. All right, I'm gonna lift my back heel up. I invite you to do the same if you're working from standing. Meet in chair. Reach up and maybe really stretch one last time. I'm gonna wrap my fingers around the block and open my chest, press my hips forward, open up my chest and find strength in my back, and then just fold it down. Let go of the block. Did you hear that drop? You'll toe the feet apart, shake those arms out. Last ragdoll pose. I hope you're feeling looser in your neck and your head and your shoulders and your arms. And I hope your hips feel open, your back, that spine is awake, your legs feel good and strong. Last inhale, let's roll up. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale and exhale into mountain pose. Join our hands to our heart center in the standing space. We started with sitting. We finished standing alert and awake. Bowing our chins, I honor you and I thank you. And I wish you much peace. So breathe in your joy. Share your joy as you exhale out. Om Shanti.